up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or possibly to the channel. As you can see, we've got another project in the shop here. Fellow third gen guy reached out to me online. I've known him for quite a few years. We've done some deals back and forth. Really cool dude, but he reached out and asked, if I had some time to mess around with this project. It's, as you'll see here in a minute, it's got an LS swap already under the hood, and basically just need some things finished up, some exhaust work. The steering column is completely shot in it, so we're gonna put a different one of those in there. Some suspension stuff, I don't know, there's a small list of things to do. This isn't gonna be a super, in-depth, long-term projects like some of my other ones I got going on. Basically waiting on some parts, some materials, tubing, stuff like that for the Model A. So I said, I've got a little bit of time that I can bring this in and see what I can do with it. So this isn't going to be a how-to in-depth video on how to put a steering column in or do exhaust work or anything like that. This is more documenting the build on this. I love these cars, as all of you guys that have been following the channel know. I've had a ton of them. I have a couple now. I love them. So anytime I can get my hands on one, that's especially in this vein, performance, related and stuff like that, I really like to do that. So I'll bring you guys in. I'll open the hood, show you guys kind of about the car a little bit right now, what I know. I don't know a ton about it, as I'm just got here. I'm just trying to get started on it. So I'll show you guys what I do know about it, and then maybe later on, I don't know if this will be one video or a few videos on this car, but probably a couple, I'd say at least. But maybe we'll try to get the owner on to talk about it, some of the specs and things that he's done to it already. If not, maybe I'll just get a list of things that have been done to it that I can share, so everybody kind of knows, because I know this is a pretty popular swap, an LS swap into a third gen, be it a Pontiac or Camaro. So there's a lot of questions, even though it has been done a lot of times in different ways, and you can do it a lot of different ways. This will just be another one documenting how this one was done, how it runs afterwards, all that kind of stuff with what cams in it, just the whole deal, just documenting this progress more than anything. So I'll open the hood, show you guys a little bit about the car, and then I'm going to get into the first thing, which is going to be the steering column swap, because right now you can't really do much. I mean, you can turn the car, but this is the worst steering column I've seen in one, personally, as far as the bushing being wore out. And it's so wore out that I think it's affecting some of the wiring up in the steering column. So that's going to be the first thing I do, is get that steering column swapped out, so it'll start every time and be easier to move around and stuff like that. So all right, I'm gonna bring you guys in and show you a little more about this thing. So I do know that he said it is a 5.3 liter. I forget what cam he said. I think he said a BTR, but either way, I'll go over that stuff later once I know for sure. I don't want to speak out of line about what's not true or whatnot. So I do see an aftermarket radiator, aftermarket fuel stuff. But yeah, just overall, pretty clean looking swap here. These LS motors, they fit so good down in these cars. And then let me see here. I do know that I'm doing quite a bit of interior stuff to it, as far as putting the interior together. Yeah, so that thing is pretty wasted, pretty rough. So hopefully we get another column in here and that goes pretty smooth. So, but yeah, pretty clean car. Just needs finished up. So. guys, I got the steering column put in, and that pretty much fixed all our issues so far. I can tell as far as the starting goes. It starts up every time. It started about 10 different times now for me. Fires right up. It doesn't run the greatest because it needs tuned, obviously, for the cam and all that stuff. So, you know, it's really rich and whatnot. You know, it just needs tuned. So, but I think that fixed most of the steering column stuff. It's a whole different car now, actually, trying to drive it with the new column in it, you know, or the used column that's actually nice. So, next up on the list is, it's got an aftermarket torque arm on it now, but he's got a different one for it. I think that, I don't know exactly the deal, but I think the one that's on it's really beefy, and he's thinking there's gonna be more room for the exhaust with the smaller one. So that's fine. You know, we'll see how that goes. And then I think a rear sway bar. I think I gotta put a rear sway bar on it. And then finally onto, you know, fitting that exhaust. So I don't know how much of this I'm gonna film. You know, there's a ton of videos out there on, you know, replacing torque arms and sway bars and all that. You know, if you wanted in-depth on that, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there on that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get right to it and get this stuff swapped out so we can keep moving with it and see if we can get this thing to the tuner here real soon. So let's get going. So I got this new torque arm on and this mount right here, and he was definitely right. This is gonna give us more room. Obviously, I'm gonna cut this shield back some whenever we're gonna do this exhaust here. But you can tell this didn't have this big opening here on the other one. So it's got a big area here for exhaust. Same way over here. So that's gonna help big time. And you know, still gonna give us some good strength back here. So that definitely is gonna help. Okay, now that I got that transmission mount and torque arm swapped out for the smaller one, I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting this rear sway bar in. He's got a nice, I believe it's UMI sway bar to go in there with nice mounts and all that stuff. So I think next we'll tackle that and then reassess where we're at and what all we have left to do, and we'll go from there. But let's get that sway bar on. All right, sway bar is in and tight. Went right in, no problems. Really nice piece. So pretty excited for that there. I think for the most part, all the planned suspension that I have to do at least, I think is done, other than I'll go over everything and, you know, make sure it's all tight and all that stuff. But everything's, you know, put in and to my knowledge, snugged up. And I'm also gonna go over everything else that, you know, just because I don't know the last time this thing was on the road or whatever. So I'll make sure everything's tight when the time comes. But I think this is a good stopping point for this video, because if I keep going on this video, I'm gonna get into some really a long video, because next up I'm gonna do the exhaust. So the exhaust will be its own video, next video. And then also I think we'll throw in the wheels and tires on that video too, because he's got a really cool setup for it. Can't wait to show you guys. And some wheels that I've always liked and really been a fan of. So in the next video, we're gonna do the full exhaust, fabricate what we need to, and install what we already have. And then we'll see how it sounds. You know, I know it won't be completely true to what it's gonna sound like because it still needs tuned, but we'll get a good idea of how loud it's gonna be and that kind of stuff. So yeah, hope you guys are, you know, into this project as well. I do have the 1LE will be coming back very soon as well, to near the Christmas break time, to get some stuff done on it as well. So we'll have both of them in the shop, which will be really cool to see that. Yeah, if you guys have any comments, concerns, whatever, any ideas for this car, let me know in the comments. If you guys are into this thing, like I am, I love these cars, as you guys know if you've been watching the channel. let me know in the comments, and I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.